Talladega Superspeedway lives up to its name. Of all the closed-circuit motorsports facilities in the world where sanctioned auto races are held, it's the fastest. Constructed by the France Family's International Speedway Corporation 10 years after Daytona International Speedway, Talladega was built slightly longer at 2.66 miles with a steeper 33-degree bacon, which guaranteed record-setting speeds. The pole speed for NASCAR's first race in 1969 was a stunning 199.466 miles per hour, almost 30 miles per hour faster than the Indy cars were then lapping at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Tonight, Talladega hosts the talents of the Spark Racing League here on the Overdrive Automotive Media YouTube channel. My name is Cam Gillens, and I'll take you along the ride all through this race tonight as we're getting into right in. We're going to start with our qualifying. As it looks like we're picking up the qualifying with the 70 of Aaron Smith II. As we start seeing Fire Racing update. There we go. Okay, so we're getting the rendering starting to out with the paint schemes. As he's taking his first lap. Looks like he's gonna go to the top lane. So, for y'all that's not very familiar with the super speedway racing, what we do is we qualify. We'll take the first lap, maybe even lap and a half up to the top of the lane to get all the speed up to where it'd be consistent, and coming down for your last lap, you'll be your fastest. So it looks like his first lap will be at the 56.11. As you can see, like I was saying, is on the bottom. So as you get to the middle of the lane, you see him going down to the backstretch. It's going down to the bottom. So as he's coming down to the short stretch. As he's coming across the line. Looks like he goes to the top of the board at the 55.01. Alright, we're going on board of the 58 of Justin Wilson now. He's been one of the front runners of pretty much every series he hops in to go along with our leagues. No, all these guys were saying during practice that it's going to be very, very hairy. Hopefully this long 500-mile race, everyone's tempers and P's and Q's are kind of minded, and wait to see who the last handful of laps to see we get the chess game as also famous here at the super speedways for the win. As we're coming down to the backstretch, get the white flag to end his run. See if he stays up on top. I know when I've typically gone to do this type of racing, I almost kind of take to the that lap. I almost kind of drop it down to the bottom for 3 and 4 to get the run off to go down the front stretch for your white flag. Talladega is a little bit different with the starting and finish line coming after the quad oval. So looks like he takes it to a 56.15 for that first lap. Let's see if he can pick up that 10th challenge for the pole. Well, that's second and a 10th, I guess. This is coming now to the front chute. Then his qualifying run. As he gets up to the provisional third place at a 55.02. We're all aboard with the 52 of Johnny Rapp. Looks like he's kind of started at this in the middle of the run. Yeah, he's kind of been a little bit lower than what we've typically seen in our first two drivers. We're going to see how that pays off for him compared to the other two. He's trying to keep it a little nice and tight. He gets a little squirrely coming out of two. So let's see what he can do as he goes kind of drifts back up to the center of the track. Kind of almost diamonds as it's coming down to the front stretch. See what his first lap is compared to all these others. So it looks like his first lap was a 55.35. See, he goes back up to the top. So Johnny's kind of been one of the drivers with all of our series that we hear at the Spark Race League. He kind of is a little bit different in one. His strategy's trying to be a little different. Sometimes it bites him. Quite a few times it doesn't. So let's see where that puts him. He picked up to 55.34. So it looks like he about just got all that good out of the tires off that first lap. Picked it up just a very smidge right there. Because we're going to go on board with the 88 of Sean O'Hara. Or 18 looks like. On track. Oh, looks like that's good. About to do it for us. Wait for everything to reload before we get the starting grid here. Let everything get to the pre-grid, everything loaded up. Then we'll get you that starting lineup for you. So we've had a lot of the field decide not to take a lap. All right, we're gonna give it a go, see if it pops up for. Let's see what's going here. So everyone's starting to go up. All right, so it looks like we got it up for you. So we got the on pole. It looks like the Aaron Smith, followed by Scotty Zobzak. Then starting third is the 58 of Justin Wilson, the 33 of Benjamin Mazer, followed by the 80 of Robert Liddell, the 69 of Justin Bennett in sixth, and seventh is the 91 of Rye Jones, followed by in eighth the 32 James Benge. Then starting ninth is the 84 of Laura Wiseman, and 10th is the 77 of James Barker. As we're starting to go off, we'll gently go along the pack as this goes along. It's gonna be a fun night. So I hope everyone minds their P's and Q's to start this up. So we got a few new faces compared to where we've come from. We've got some really well known if you've been a fan of the Spark Racing League. So it's going to be interesting. Some of these drivers get used to each other's tendencies going along with this. As we're getting ready to start this off. We go 2x2 all the way back through the fields as we're coming to the tri-oval. See if our drivers start creeping up on each other and start getting some of that bump drafting ongoing. As here we go. We start the race for 500 miles here at Talladega Superspeedways. We have the 70 of Aaron Smith get the jump out with the 58 of Justin Wilson right on his tail. Take slapping him, pushing him through the first couple corners. Looks like the 81 of Sobzak just kind of drops in line right in front of Lidl there. The fourth. As we got that second lane coming up on top. So got the first piece of case. It looks like it's the 33 and Benjamin Mazer up on top. Followed by the 84 of Wiseman on the bottom. So we get to do our first lap clean. Looks like Smith kind of got the boot a little bit by Wilson right there. Pushed him straight up to the top. As it looks like Smith is going to bring that second line up, right up to the 58 of Wilson right here. Looks like Smith got caught out up on the top lane, and that's gonna bring Mazer around him. I don't know if Smith just decided to drop to the back of the pack or what went along right there. It looks like Wilson's gonna start trying to do the blocking game here going on. It's like Wilson now gets up to the top. Looks like the A1 of Sobzak gets out to the lead, followed by Lidl, as Wilson's starting to fall back now. It looks like the 77 of Jace Barker up on the top is starting to get a little momentum coming from the top. Love these little bit different paint schemes we got going on here. It's got kind of a preview of what we're going to see this season, bringing our truck game back on in a few weeks. Sorry, getting the tandem going on. Looks like we have some of our drivers just kind of holding back, including the 13 Jake Mockey, the winner of Daytona earlier. Our full life Daytona 500. Look at Mazer continues to try to draw that top lane up close to the front. And we already clicked up 5 laps there. Looks like Wilson's kind of leveled off to the back to that second pack, just kind of playing the waiting game. It looks like Sobzak is now through the block up on top. Sobzak just drawing in the 33 and Mazer to the back of him as Lidl gets his toe and brings it on out. With the 32 of Benj there. Ooh, looks like Sobzak and Mazer got really, really tight there and drifted up to the top. You see Barker there in the 77 trying to get some momentum. We're going to go on board with Barker. Justin Bennett, he's got that top lane going right now with Barker behind him. Ooh, looks like we have a little movement in the back of the pack. It's like Benj is dancing a little bit on the tailgate of Lidl. It's like Bennett just dropped down. Tried to block the bottom lane with the momentum going on right there. That just leaves Barker to fend off the top by himself. with Ayers on the back of Barker. Looks like they're already starting to catch a little bit of a straggler. That kind of fell back. I lost the draft. Oh, and there goes Lidl up to the top. It goes up to pick up Barca up there. Like Bennett looks like trying to lay back a little bit to get Benj on the back of him as they're coming up on that lap truck. Let's hope they keep her tidy. As it looks like the lap truck just moves out of the way. Kind of broke up the pack a little bit. Took Bennett to the inside and kind of just got freight trained. We're going about 3 wide. It's got to bring that third lane up into the fray with 20 of Chris Smith. Well, did for a second. At least welcome to Super Speedway Racing. 1 minute, it looks like we're going to go 3 wide, and the next, you just kind of get in the sucker hole up on top and go all the way back down, back of the pack. Looks like the 16 of Ayers is trying to get that top lane with Bennett back up to the front. As we already crossed lap 10. Lidl is really keeping a little bit of a nose out from Barker right there. Just in case if he has to go up and get the block of Ayers, which right here is really thinking about it coming up. Oh, looks like they got the momentum. He wasn't able to do it, so here comes Ayers up on the top. Along with Bennett. Bennett right on the tailgate of him. See if we can get the side draft going on here. So it's like Barker just lays into Lidl a little bit right there. It looks like there's a side draft with Lidl up on Ayers. It's like there's a really good tandem going up here between Lidl, Barker, and Bennett Ayers. Shout out to everyone that's watching here. That's into the chat. Looks like that second line's kind of getting a little broke up now. Lidl just kind of starts getting up there a little bit. So there goes Ayers up to the top. Let's see if Mazer can get that top rolling up again with Bennett. And breaking the 11 of Brian Brobst along with him. Looks like Ayers just kind of drops all the way to the back. It sounds like that Bennett's bringing that second screw back up to us. Looks like the 23. Zachary Mitchell also getting the form up on top. Gotta create some momentum back and see if they can get back up there with Liedl and Barker. They got that front groove up and going. That second pack that's going up there is some of our front runners starting this race. It's kind of seeing what was going on and kind of just dropped back. As we're already, the second light just kind of dropped off there. Does the front three between Liedl, Barker, and Ben just sit right there in the line. So that second line's starting to creep back up in here. Go back in. Jones and all that. We're on board with Nazer here as he's on the back of Bennett. See what we can see here. He's just trying to keep that steady momentum, looks like. As he's gonna, in the middle of the corner, just gently get up to the tailgate of Bennett. On board of bench, on the back of Barker. Look like that second lane starting to go again. Looks like that second lane just kind of fell apart. That's where I was starting to get the single file down to the bottom. 18. On lap 18. The Bennett's starting to creep up on the top there with Levin the Brobst. I love that paint ski, the Brobst up there. Bringing me back to the car, Kyle Larson Target days. So look, Bennett just gets shot up there. So Barker's just laying on the tailgate of Liedl once again. seeming that that tandem between Lilo and Barker might be a little hard to beat tonight. No, it's a little bit early, but they kind of just stayed aligned this pretty much this whole race so far. It's pretty much taken whatever that top lane can do to even stay up with them. We're starting to see 52 of Johnny Rapp start to creep his way into the picture up front. As that top lane breaks apart once more. So finally Bennett, it looks like it's some momentum from Bropst to break out a little bit from Lidl there. Oh, as I say that, momentum brings Lidl right back by on the front by Parker. As we're coming down to the finish lap 22. Looks like that second group caught back up in the front and just kind of started forming that longer line onto the bottom. Ooh, looks getting a little wiggly. Tires are starting to wear in a little bit. Might become a little bit of a havoc as we go longer into this run. And we did have a gambler pot tonight where a few of our drivers decided to pitch in a little bit and pretty much winner takes all. So it's something we're going to have to keep an eye on as we go through this race. Lidl and Barker kind of got jumped out a little bit. So 91 Mike Jones is kind of laying off them two and kind of let them get it up there a little bit. So that's top lane starts once again start to form a little bit. So I was starting thinking, look for that 52 to start. See if he can, which lane he picks to see if he can get some momentum going. Like his try a side drop and almost get the 16. Bayers, the 52 of Wrap up there is trying to get that third lane going. Oh! Oh, as we get a little spinner. Oh, and there we go, our first caution. Up to the backpack. Looks like the field's starting to get a little bit squirrely as I think the tires starting to come in effect there. We're gonna go back here. See what happens. We're gonna go there. I think it was the 44 of O'Toole that gets a little spun out a little bit. We're gonna keep an eye on him as we go through this. Here we go. Let's go through the pack. Looks like he got squirrely, and it looks like the 52 of Johnny Rapp gets into him. As we have just the 18 of Nathan Gentry almost take flight there. Starting to pick up the tires a little bit. We'll go back once again and see that. We're going on board with the 52 of Johnny Rapp to see what he saw on the front end of his truck. Here we go. Oh, so that was, we're going to go back a little bit further. All right, here we go. So Johnny started to get a run up on the top. It almost looked like a tool. We're on board with Patrick right here. Let's see what happened. We'll go back a little bit further. All right, we're gonna go to the corner. So he's coming out of the corner, looks like. Almost gets a run from Brooks, and he tried to go up on top, and looked like it got squirrely. And it'll look like Johnny got a bit of a tap as we got our pit stops all right. So the leader's coming on down. As we got all the leaders, we're all on board with Lidl as he's coming out of the pits. Looks like he's going to get the jump in the 11 of Bropes also. They get up to Smith, Subzak, Maki. We got a little bit of different players going on now. So it looks like Lidl lost his little drafted buddy out towards about the middle of the pack now. Alright, we got everything settled. We might go on board. We got a couple on boards. In race reporters. The first one is the 13 of Jake Maki. And the second one I've got on the 56 of Jacob Phillips. Set. All right, looks like we got at least got another lap. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get Maki in on here. Jake, it's Cam in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Cam. How are you?
Hey, not bad. Hey, how'd you fare on that little skirmish we just had? It looks like you got out pretty well.
I saw a bunch of smoke and hit the brakes and prayed.
Figured we'd get along with you, talk to you a little bit on this caution. Oh, it looks like maybe not too long because it looks like they canceled the rest of the caution. So.
Yeah, we're under green here. That's all right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you for a little bit longer.
I was just say get on board with you that way, because you were the winner of our first special race with the full like Daytona 500. So I just wanted to get your take on how this is going right before we let you back off.
It's pretty. You know, everyone's trying to just take it easy from what it seems. I have no idea what happened there. I didn't get a good visual on anything. Just saw all the smoke. So I don't know. But we were coming to the first pits there. Pretty much, I think, only a few laps away from it. So it's getting a little interesting there. But yeah, hopefully we can just take it easy for the rest of this race. And Just want to keep the car clean. That's the goal.
Yeah, as was the tires starting to get a little bit of handful coming towards that caution there.
A little hot, but super speedway, so it's not much wear. You can handle it.
Yeah. All right, we'll let you go. We'll talk. We'll check back in with you a little bit later.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, we're sending him back out. So, as we're getting ready to back up to the restart. Alright. See if Lilo can get that jump out like we got that the first run. Since there's a couple different players, looks like the 81 came back into the fray a little bit. As Lilo gets the jump once again. With Subzak up on back and as the 11 of Bropes up on top. There's a buddy, Jake Maki, right there at the 13, starting to get on the back of Subzak. Well, looks like we're already jumping and weaving a little bit. Let's see if that's second. 52 of Johnny Rapp just started to sling his way back up to the front after that misfortune he just had with 44 of O'Toole. Looking a little sporty. That's not too bad. There's an 11 of the Bropes gets up to the front. So, oh, looks like Subzak kind of got jumped out a little bit. He's got to drop to the back of the pack a little bit. Looks like that second pack just got started, blooded right in, back to the bottom. That left at the 52 of Johnny Rapp. Legitimately got tangled up to that incident we just had on that caution, and he's right back up to the front. That's further up as he's been all night long. Looks like Maki up there, get up to the top. Looks like Barker and Bennett, and here comes Rapp on the outside. Oh, looks like got up to the left a little bit, and then looks like the 23. And Mitchell just kind of started playing out a little bit. Looks like a damaged truck right there of Wiseman. That's pretty good damage to that first caution we just had. Looks like here comes Ayers back up to the front after dropping back. Looks like Mitchell and Rapp right there once again in tandem as Maki's starting to bring Barker up top along with him. There's straight to the top. Mitchell along with him. Again leads Rapp up. See if he can pick up Maki up on top. Rapp's just buying his time up on top of Maki. And Barker's starting to come back up here. So it looks like we have a whole lot more different players this time. There's a couple drivers that just started just kind of laid back in the weeds and decided to come back up towards the front. Because we got that second leg going. As it comes to the tri-oval. We're going to be on board with Maki as he's on the back tailgate of Rap. You see the tandem up there of Mitchell of Ayers. Looks like Maki here. 77 of Barker rather than the tail of Maki now. As it started to create some momentum up on the top. Starting to see the 53 of Chris French starting to crawl up to the front. Oh, looks like the 52 of Rap got a bit of a run right there, but he didn't know what to do with. Try not to slam it in the back of the 23 of Mitchell. Ooh, so we're still getting a little dicey up here in the pack. Some of these drivers starting to create some runs, but they don't know what to do with. We'll go back up on Maki. We're going to ground his tailgate. And see how close they are as we're going into the corner. You see right how close they really are. See the G-forces that these drivers are going through. Looks like Barker is really starting to put pressure on the tailgate of Maki. Oh, it looks like Barker gets a little hung out. It looks like Rap jumped out to pick up Maki. Oh, Ayers looks like hit a block on him. Oh, it looks like it's the 56 of Phillips right there. I got loose and dropped it back. This is Rap's right on the tailgate of Ayers. So Rap finally gets up, drops back to the bottom. Maki's trying to bring that top along with him. Looks like Ryan Jones now up to the top. Oh, he's trying to slide off the nose of Maki right there. Ooh, wrap gets a little squirrely. Try not to give Irons a shot. So it looks like it's gonna be. Wilson has kind of gotten the center as that top lane just kind of started falling apart. Go back on board with Maki. See if he can create some momentum and coming back towards the front of the pack. Well, aboard with the 23 and Mitchell up front on the back of Rapp. And there's the possums. Wilson starting to come back. It looks like a Rapp starts to get up to the top. That second line of Ryan Jones is going to bring him to the front. There, Justin Wilson and Jake Maki. It looks like Barker and Lidl also found each other once again up on top. We know what good of a tandem they are. Let's see if they can create some more of that magic that was going on in the first part of the race. Another name that we haven't said a whole lot starting to come into the fray. That's a 6 of Grajewski up there on top. And a Daytona winner gets up front. He gets the push of the 53 Chris French. So Maki's just kind of re-riding a little bit. We've kind of seen the rubber bands with all these drivers. Some of them started up front, like Wilson. They fell to the back after a few laps, and then it's coming a little bit almost to about quarter mark of this race, starting to come back towards the front. The same Maki, he's kind of laid in the back in the weeds, and also that's coming off that first caution, decided it's time to go a little bit. We're starting to see a little bit of the snake going on back behind Barker. Looks like Barker, Mitchell. Looks like French gets headed out right there. We're going back on board with the front of Barker here. Let's get back on the front of Lidl. It looks like they're getting a well of a run. So I said it earlier, it's like Barker and Lidl, they can create some momentum and energy that some of these other tandems hasn't. It looks like whatever line they give them kind of tips the scale a little bit. Board with the 53 of Chris French. So we've been seeing coming off some of these corners, that line starts getting kind of a snake wiggling back and forth. You see how unstable we get toward in the tri-oval. As you see, Grajewski start slide dancing a little bit. Looks like between him and Mitchell. Oh, looks like Maki finally decides to get out of the line. Now here comes that tandem. We've been keeping an eye on all the race between Lidl and Barker. Looks like Barker's trying to dip out a little bit to get some air to the front of his truck. Ooh, looks like Ayers gets a little loose. Gets caught up on the apron. Keeps it straight. Right there in front of Brobst. And Barker and Lidl up to the front once again. It was just past lap 50. Ooh. Looks like Mitchell got Barker a little loose right there. Once again, Rap just kind of holds back a little bit. As we're already past quarter-way distance on this race. Ooh. This is Barker. I don't know if he's starting to get a little hot. You see the last few laps starting to dip out a little bit. And he decides to drop back a little bit. We're gonna go on the front end of Wilson. See how much he's laying into Jones here. Oh, yep. That was a bit of a push there. Looks like French. Ooh, trying to decide if he wanted to jump out to the top lane, but decided better of it. Almost created the moment right there. A couple of those drivers back there almost thought about going 3 wide right there. Mitchell's riding the tail of Needle there. It's pretty crazy to see that the stop line's starting to hold up with them, even with the deficit of cars. I know when you hear about some of the really good guys in the draft, they say probably the optimal is about 7 or 8 cars. But I guess when you get someone that's good as Lidl as a leader and Barker as a pusher, you kind of can keep some of the momentum going on just with those little trucks as they have. Looks like we're about almost single file a little bit. Looks like maybe people are starting to think it saves a little bit of fuels, a little bit of tires. Just kind of ride for a little bit. Probably about getting ready to think for another pit stop in a little bit. So we're on board of Lidl. You see, he's just kind of keeping maintaining a little bit of a gap going on. You see the side draft of Bennett trying to keep in tow up on top. Ooh, looks like we're getting a little bit bumpy up here. It looks like Bropes side of it. Want to jump up on top a little bit. And he drops back down. See if a few laps and see if Rapp maybe decides to jump up on top and see if he can get a push from Bennett there. Oh! It's like Ayers gets a little squirrely. Maybe door slams Bennett there. As Bennett decides to drop in line. I'm on board with Rapp a little right here. See the long line. So the top three just kind of starts pulling away from each other. Maybe they can get some momentum and start pulling away as we're getting closer to the next round of pit stops. Looks like we're back to about where Jacobs is. Looks like you got Jacobs and Barry up on the top lane. Maybe trying to start something to come up towards the front of the pack. As Maki looks like drops back down to the back. Here we go, the pit stops. Looks like there are a whole majority of the pack, it looks like, comes in. Looks like we got a couple, some towards the back. That second pack I was talking about with Jacob Phillips and all that. Decided to stay out a little bit. We'll go back up to Wilson. We'll go see what the blend is here. Let's see what they can do with the blend as they're coming up. Oh, looks like Phillips gets a little squirrely. Oh, so we got that top three just riding out. This is keeping it alive. It looks like Bennett decides to go back on top instead of keeping it uniform. That might hurt this pack a little bit that was up towards the front. Go back at our leaders here. And here they come and starts coming down pit road. Oh, looks like Smith locks him up. Smith locked him up a little bit. All right, we're going back up front. We're going to see where the blend comes in with this. Let's take it up on Barry. We're going to see where they come up on Smith. Here they come. That pretty much just broke apart this whole field here. And see if Smith can keep her wrapped up to see if he can blend in with this pack that's coming along. As he does, he just kind of moves out of the way. Let the guys just drive right on by. This ends up just blending in right there behind Barry. So it looks like you got this split quite a bit of packs as they come up to the lap. There, Jacob Phillips, the 56. Go back and look at the second pack here, led by the 18 of Sean O'Hara. Got him, Mazer and Ayers. Liddell Barker looks like comes with the rest of what was our leaders as before we started coming in here. Looks like that second pack starting to snip the draft off of this first pack. See if they can get back up into him. It looks like a Bennett's just going to drop down, and that's going to bring that second pack with O'Hara right up into a fray. Oh, looks 52 of Rapp kind of just jumps out a little bit. Let's see if where he ends up, if he goes straight to the back of this, or he's going to fall in line. Then Smith kind of jumps out of line as he tries to go up to the top, and so does Wilson. That's going to bring Smith right back up to the front of the pack. Ooh, looks like Rapp and Bennett's side drafts. Things are starting to get a little bit hairy up in her front. Maybe this will start bringing that second pack that's back about a half a straightaway back up into us if they've kept that tidy. We're on board there with Bennett. As he's going to try to get back up through here. He's been side drafting, trying to pick them up one by one. He's just side drafting off of Wilson there, just trying to keep him in tow. So get there right out of the rear quarter panel. We'll go on board with him as he's doing that. Alright, you can see on his right front. Alright, left front, excuse me, left front. As you can see, he's coming right there until with the quarter panel of Wilson. Just trying to get the side draft off of him, which is pretty much putting the parachute to the right rear of Wilson's truck. And he's going to take it. He's going to take it and just side draft his way all along, almost up to the lead right here. Smith. As he falls in right behind Bropes, almost touched it a little bit. Johnny goes up. I think he's also going to fall back right in line. So Wilson's right on the tailgate of Smith. Looks like we got some movers. Again, it's starting to dance around. So we're coming up on lap 70. These trucks are starting to get a little bit more daring the further in this race we go. What people in this industry call it give and take. We're starting to get a little bit less give and a little bit more take, and that's just going to start dwindling more and more as we get down to the finish of this race. We'll go back and take a look at that second pack. It's like Krajewski. It's not leading it, that they're seeing how tidy they can keep and see if they can get some momentum going. Seemed like for a minute they were gaining a little bit of time, but once these drivers got back to nose to tail up front, seems like they started pulling away again. We can see if Bennett starts trying to pick him off again. That was really cool to see him side draft and keeping it tidy. Trying to pick it off one by one. Oh, he's thinking about it. I want to go ahead and just do a shout out to all the mainstayers that's staying and watching this with us. It's been a well of a race so far. It's really a testament of the quality of drivers that's going on in this league. we're going back on board with Bennett. He's seems like he's just trying testing the waters to see if he really wants to go back out again and try to create some momentum. We're right on board with him for a few laps. He's right there on double yellow line. Yeah, it looks like he's kind of laid back a little bit, and he's also got Johnny behind him. See how long these guys. Oh, looks like Bennett got cut out. Oh, that made Johnny have to make a little bit of him check up. We'll see if these guys start fixing it up. We're gonna get these guys. We're gonna go back get that second pack. Cause these two once again fight each other. You always hear about that dancing partner. They obviously had a plan going on tonight. And they've kind of stuck to it. We have a few people at the back of the pack. What's gonna happen during pit stops? Maki and French right there. Looks like they're all just kind of tiptoeing. Oh, it looks like Barry gets out of line right there. So it looks like Smith is kind of playing with the idea of if he wants to dip out or not. As I say that, there he goes to the top. I don't know if he's had enough, just kind of riding around, or see if someone wants to start mixing it up a little bit, or what's going on right there. Right, I'll go on board with 56 of Phillips. We call him the showman for a reason. Well, I pretty much think I got the answer to our what's going on. They're saving fuel and tires. Because Jacob just decides to go and see if he can unlap himself. That's going to bring 52 up wrap along with him to see if he can gain the lead on it. And he does. Then here comes Bennett once again. He's going to try to do his side draft. That second line is starting to gain back on him. I think they started to save a little bit, and the second line's starting to creep back in on them. On board with Rap. Oh, they were talking about a raccoon and an opossum. Oh, we're gonna see Bennett see if he can get up and side draft up with Rap. As we're coming down, finish lap 80. As we tick closer and closer to the halfway mark. As we're going along this, as you can see up on the ticker, I would give a shout out to all the sponsors of this league that makes this possible. These special races are awesome, but they also sponsor all of our other races around the 4 series. We got Bros Enterprises, Evan Pieta Designs, Goon Squad, Number 1 Hero Cards, Overcut Sim Planner, Pocket Crew Chief, RB Designs, and Rescreen LLC. I say thank you for the continued support. Oh, and that second line finally got back, and here we go. Now it's starting to dice back up. And here comes Lidl, driving up all the way. Pretty sure the fuel saving is about to end. Oh, there we go. That's gonna bring out our second yellow. Alright, we're gonna go back and see if we can track down what happened. Let's go back a little bit. Alright. Pause it there. Alright, we're gonna just keep an eye on Lidl here. Oh, looks like it's got him and Bennett's close corners. Oh, Ryan Jones. We're gonna go back on board with him on Lidl, actually inboard, and take a look on what transpired right there. All right, here we go. It looks like he just got tagged. Go one more check on it. We're gonna actually take a gander there at the Bennett there. All right, so we'll check one more look at it. We're going board with Bennett. We'll check their right front on them. There we go. See what happens. So it looks like Lidl just keeps coming down. And it looks like maybe Bennett's trying to lose his line and maybe just a tad bit moved up, and that created what we have as we got our another set of pit stops going on. Alright. So it looks like the 23 of Zach Mitchell gets you jump out in front. Alright, we're gonna let this settle up between itself again for a second, and then we'll because we got that, we're gonna go through the top 10 at this point. So you got the 23 of Zachary Mitchell coming out pit roads first, followed by the 69 Justin Bennett, the 77 of James Barker, the 70 of Aaron Smith in fourth, the 39 of Sean Mulholland in fifth, the 6 of Dave Grajewski in sixth, the 18 of Sean O'Hara in seventh, the 33 and Benjamin Mazer in 8th, followed by the 28th of Chris Smith in 9th, and then round out the top 10 is the 81 of Scotty Zobzak. So it's some of our drivers. Looks like it's some extended stay going on. Because it looks like we got the 70 of our second batch of trucks coming down, and it looks like so this caution gives us the opportunity of talking to our second in-race report, the 56 here of Jacob Phillips. That looks like he might have got a little bit more damage on it. We're going to go grab him and see if we can talk to him. Or not. Looks like it's not in the chat. Okay, never mind. You might have dipped a little bit early. Yeah, looks like it's an extended stay. Looks like it got a little bit of more damage. Finally it gets going. Looks like we're about to be ready to get her up and going again. So what we saw is this was pretty much that second pack that was laying back a little bit, that caught that predominant pack that was going on towards the end. It looks like they played a little bit different pit strategy, got them up front. As we're getting up to go, let's see who between Mitchell and Barker could get the jump coming off this restart. It looks like Mitchell's got to get the start. As Barker just jumps in line. Looks like Mulholland also follows suit. It looks like Lidl is caught up on top. Almost looks like his splitter had a little bit of damage. And it does. Definitely has a little bit of damage. Looks like it's lifted off the track quite a bit. What if he's pushing it a little bit? These trucks, as you can see, the rest of them are kind of sealed to the track. That creates the front downforces these trucks need. Lidl's trapped up on top. Might be just trying to see if he can figure out the handle onto that truck. This is like a Bennett up on top again there of Ayers. Trying to get that second lane coming. So here comes Bennett. So the 11 of Brobst popped up there as well. Looks like Bennett gets up to the lead. It's that single file line, just kind of riding at the moment to see what these front runners can do. As we're getting up, oh, looks like Ayers gets a little bit hung out a little bit. As we're starting to get back into the single file line. As Bennett's doing his side draft again. Ooh, looks like Smith kind of got pushed to the bottom apron. Ooh, Brooks got a little loose. It looks like Mitchell's also getting a little bit loose there. There's a single file of the back of the pack. Looks like they're back by Maki. Looks like it's the 18 and Nathan Gentry's out of line. It's like Barker gets up to front. The 6 of Grajewski's having a really solid night. It's like back between right there, Rapp and Barry Starting to get a little bit of movement. We'll go back up front. Just kind of riding out a little bit till we get to the halfway mark. Looks like Mitchell's thinking about poking it outside. So, looks like 52 of Johnny Rapp's chosen to take it to the outside. Looks like Ayers is going to go with him. You see, here comes that. See if that second line can move. See if we can get a couple more takers. This is like Justin Wilson that's there. Decides to go along with them. So we're gonna keep an eye on them. To see if they can keep going. Starting to make a little bit of leeway, and 11 the Brobst also gets up on top. Here we go. Now we're starting to get some double file once again as we hit halfway. Halfway here in the Gone Squatchin 500 here at Talladega. It looks like Mulholland got a little dropped down to a little bit of the apron. Oh, Wilson gets the jump of Rapp and Ayers. Looks like Mitchell's kind of stuck on the top a little bit. Let's see if he can get there and pick up Bennett. We're on board with Bennett. Ooh! Is he thought about getting a little bit of a run there? It looks like you can see Rapp just kind of drop back. Oh, it looks like Wilson also decided to go back up to the block. Oh! Oh! Mitchell and Bennett get a little squirrely as they're take slapping. So Ayers gets up to the front. Wilson's hanging strong up on top with Rapp behind him. Oh, oh man, Mitchell is getting squirrely. I think these drivers are pushing a little bit at this juncture. We're on board with the 23 of Mitchell. It looks like Bennett's dropped down low. So the 18 and Nathan Gentry is riding high. As we come across lap 100. With 88 to go. So there comes loving the Brobst. Nyers gets pushed outside. So these guys are just dancing right now. So the way these drivers are driving at this point might not be a bad idea for some of those guys in the back. As Barker just lays into Brobst, trying to get that push up to get up there with Wilson and Rapp. Looks like Ayers got a little as he drops down. Looks like Wilson and Rapp just kind of content right there up on top. He kind of broke that bottom lane. Stuff we haven't seen all night. That bottom lane kind of broke up a little bit. As I say that, top gets broken up. Oh, 18 of Gentry gets a little slideways. Go down an embankment. We're on board with Barker. He's back in the back of this. You see how close, how squirrely these things are actually getting. Ooh, see Mitchell had to catch it right there on the bottom lane. These trucks are a handful right now. Oof. Looks like Mitchell's just trying to bring Ayers back. So that energy just on top of those 4 drivers is so killer right now. Might change in a few laps once the tires start to wear down a little bit. That bottom line might start coming back a little bit. Looks like Barker got a little sideways. I think he's thinking, oh, and then Rapp just gets shut out to the bottom. That's gonna break up that highlight, so here comes the bottom. Oh, as Bennett gets turned, and we have our caution. Caution. Alright, we're gonna go back and take a look at that one. I think we're gonna go on board with Bennett. We're going to see exactly what happened there. Oh, it's almost like he came down right on Barker. We'll do that one more time, but we're going to keep an eye on Barker. All right. I'll be right on board Barker. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Almost looked like Bennett just trying to make a late move. We'll go back just a tad bit more. Alright. We're going to let that develop right here. So it looks like I'll adjust it and it started slowing down, and Bennett just had to make a little bit of a checkup, and Barker was right there. So we go down once again for some pit stops. Looks like the 58 of Justin Wilson's gonna get out in front his pit stops, followed by the 11 of Brian Brobst, the 52 of Johnny Rapp, the 23 of Zachary Mitchell, the 5 in 5th position the 77 of James Barker, the 6th the 70 of Aaron Smith, 7th the 33 of Benjamin Mazer, and 8th the 81 of Scotty Sobzak, and 9th the 53 of Chris French, And rounding out the top 10 at this juncture is the 18 of Sean O'Hara. Let's look at a Maki here. Alright, we'll probably go see if we can go ahead and check in back with our in-race reporter. Jake, it's Cam in the booth again. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Cam?
Hey, so as see that you kind of got up towards some pit stops up there towards the lead. It looks like what's unfolded with a couple of these cautions. You started the lane back in the back once again. Is that how's these cautions treating you?
Terrifying, to be completely honest. We still got a lot of time left here. So, just trying to keep the car clean. I took a little 4X there, and spotter's telling me in here in pits that I got some damage, but I think it's just a little door damage. I don't think it's anything severe. But yeah, we should be okay. Just trying to survive and make it through. I'm weeding out the weeding out the other competition. That's just what we're trying to do. Make it to the end. I don't know where. I'm not sure where I started. Maybe you could tell me, but I made it up to 12th here. So
I have to say you're 11th. Let's see if I can look real quick.
it's not a big deal, but
You're up 11 spots from where you started, so
I can guarantee you, most of those have been wrecked. So we're just trying to make it through to the end here and see what we can do. And hopefully we can have another good 500-mile race here.
That's it. So we still got about a quarter of this race to go. So I think you're doing all right. I know we all know the name of this game is staying as clean as possible, and then during that last quarter, or even the eighth of the race, it's just kind of get your way back up front. So
yep, just trying to stay clean and do what I can to work my way back up. That's the goal.
All right. Well, good luck for the rest of the race, and hopefully you can get back up there and contend for another super speedway win.
I would love that. Thank you, Cam.
All right. All right. Once again, that was our good buddy, the 13th of Jake Maki. It's been a little bit of hectic for him, it sounds like. As we go back up to the front. Looks like as we start the green flag, we have the Brian Brobst taking the lead. It's like the 23 of Zach Mitchell up on top. As I say, the 13th of Maki, who we just talked to, who's up on top. Looks like he's about to get to the back of Lidl. Starting to get some of these guys start going out. So Lidl gets up top again. So the 53 of French has been kind of rubber bands tonight as well. Starting towards the back, almost right there with Maki. To say that, here comes Maki up on the outside, all the way up to 5th. But French started out the back there, and just between pit stops and everything, kind of fell his way back up to the front. Again, Maki's just picking his way up back up to the lead. Looks like that damage that we were just talking to wasn't too bad. He was able to do that. Guess he decided he wanted to go up and control the race a little bit. It's the 58 of Justin Wilson leads what's on top of Ayers. Looks like Lidl's also gonna go with him. See if they can get that going. See if that's what I was gonna say. See if one of the guys up towards Maki starts to jump up. They did. We're on board with the 52 of Johnny Rapp. We're gonna go take a look at the right foot suspension on them, see how close these trucks are getting. Let's go on behind him. Maki's getting to push it up on top from the 11 of Brian Bropes now. So it looks like Maki drops to the bottom. As they come up the past 5th Gentry in the 18. Ropes and Maki's just kind of zigzagging a little bit. Good to support the race. We might start seeing some more aggressive side drafts as we're coming down to the final stages of this race. You see it there, Ropes kind of gently started to do that. Tried to bring down that bottom lane. Got that gap so Lidl can get some momentum as he tried to get past Maki right here. Looks like Barker's trying to pitch a little bit. See if he can get some air in the nose of the truck. And here comes Ropes again with the start a little bit of the side draft. He's trying to get right there, back up with Maki. The top just fell apart right there. Seems like the top gets go for a little bit, gets help a little bit, and then somebody probably loses the nose a little bit, and it just kind of breaks it all apart. Those guys that was on top, so it's gonna go back straight back of the freight train on the bottom. Uh, 70 to go. Mitchell just drops down. Again, it looks like Maki's leaving a little bit of a lane to get some air in Barker's radiator. We're getting a little bit of aggressive shoving going on now between the top three. See if Ropes tries again, tried to jump up out of the top once again. Oh no, you got Wilson that's kind of got there. Feather up to, oh, he's playing games a little bit. And now Raps decided, same thing. Oh, Maki just has this. Well, that's why he's got to keep an eye out, because if he keeps doing that, and if French gets a run, he might force Barker into getting into the inside. If he's not careful, it might create some contact. I think they're both kind of managing that at this point, but we'll see what happens. The longer this run goes, the French might just decide to lay into the Barker there and open the door. I think everyone's just kind of ready at this point, because they know what's all coming in probably in about 30 laps or so. Say that, Smith kind of gets out of line, and then that second groove starting to come all the way from the back with Smith. Oh, as he pulls down right there behind her. Wrap. Going aboard with 81 of Savzak. We're on board with French as well. We're gonna see how close as he is. The Barker. Well, there you go. As I was saying. As you can see right there, some space right there. But Maki's leaving open. I don't know if he's trying to keep some air to Barker's radiator or trying to keep him tight or what. But like I said, what's going to come down is the last 20 laps. That's probably not going to be an option. So he's gently trying to get a little bit more of a run. You see Justin Wilson back there. Trying to ever so slightly trying to side draft off of Ayers. All just gently getting more and more daring. Oh, you see, oh, Ayers! I don't know if he got loose there, cut a tire or what. He went straight into the wall. We go back and see if we're gonna go back and take a look at that. Well, maybe that wasn't it, but go out there and lead it. Again, Smith's just kind of getting his way up to the top. They're just buying time. Looks like it didn't hurt Ayers too bad. He's been able to stay with the draft. We're on board with the 58 of Justin Wilson. See if he keeps trying to poke out and try to get that side draft. So he's getting a little bit of air on his nose as well. Oh, see, get a little nudge and get Mitchell a little bit loose. See if he can open the door a little bit. Ayers is starting to come back. Starting to pick his way. We'll go on board with him. Must be the saving thing once again. See if he can come down on Smith there. Yeah, right there. Oh, oh, Maki's holding him back in the center of, whoa. Look at the run that Irons is getting. Bring that top lane right to the back. Up front. With 33 of Benjamin Mazer, also big kind of a rubber band man. So we got 58 to go. I think we're probably gonna, we'll have another caution. I think we're probably gonna see another round of pit stops and then it'll be go time from there. We do have a caution right there where drivers feel like they hit their pit window. You know it'll be definitely go time. That's what they're all doing. They're all just trying to save tires and fuel to the points where they can probably make it in one stop. Again, we'll do another shout out to all of our sponsors. So you got the Ropes Enterprises, Evan Pianta Designs, Team Goon Squad, #1 Hero Cards, Overcut Sim Planner, Pocket Crew Chief, RB Designs, and Grease Screen LLC. Couldn't do this without all of you, so again, thank you. It's been a well of a ride. Just front three starting to pull out a little bit between the rest of them. It looks like they're come. You get catching up to looks like left traffic once more. So again, it looks like Smith is trying to work up on the top side. Use the side draft, pull off. Here he goes, back up. Oh, looks like French kinda. Just almost trying to like block it a little bit. That was kind of crazy to watch. I didn't catch it the first time he tried it. Maki and Barker kind of just moved a little bit that broke the side draft on him, and it just pretty much countered what he just tried. That was actually kind of crazy. Starting to see a little bit of movement up with Wilson and Rapp. Starting to get a little wiggly. Start to get a little tail happy. Oh, wait. Keep an eye on Wilson. I have a feeling that some time, I'm sure these two are probably going to start trying something that goes towards the front. I feel like what we're going to see if it's green flag pit stops is everyone's just going to come all at once. With it being like this, I don't see how you're going to be able to win the race unless you can keep up with this front group. Try to get the best track positions you can. As we're coming to 50 to go this time by. Looks like Smith's thinking about, yep, it looks like he's thinking about doing it once again. Oh, he got a whale of a jump for that one. Oop. Let's see if he can keep on the quarter panel of Maki. Nope. No one's gonna go with him. Barker's laying on Maki down the backstretch. Let's get him to jump out a little bit. Smith's trying to keep out the quarter panel of the French. All right, here we go. Here comes that group I told you to keep an eye on. Here they come. Straight to the top of the track. Gonna split Smith and come straight to the front. I think they say it was go time. They wanted to be up front coming into this last round of pit stops. Oh, and there we go. Had the first wave, Barker and Maki. So we go back up Wilson. We're gonna keep on this high view. keep up with what the blend's gonna look like. Here comes Maki and that group coming off pit road. We'll go up to Wilson to see if they... And here, nope, they're staying on track. So we're gonna go back up to Maki and see. Or they're gonna start blending. These guys need to get together and form a line. So here they come down the backstretch. So these two are usually glued together, so it really doesn't shock me. You see, about a corner away from them. Half straightaway. Started pushing them out far enough. Oh, okay, here they come. Here comes this next wave. Keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean. Oh, as we see some locking up. Oh, we got one turnaround. All right, let's see. Keep this first group. Did they get a little bit organized? Let's see where they end up. Alright, looks like here comes that second group. They can get in line. Oh, here comes the other group. They got me right to the back of them. And then comes that last group. This Mick Barker is one of the ones that got turned around. Is it coming? That third group's about to ready to blend in it. Smith gets out. Oh, here they come. Here comes Wilson right on by. So they're on half a straightaway. If they keep this organized, they might be able to track that other first group down. And they didn't. They come up on the lap traffic of the 6 of Dave Grajewski. We got 41 laps to go. With this group battling like they are, it's bring that group with those two, Maki and Mitchell, with Gentry tagging along on the back. They keep grouping. Those guys up front doing the multi-line like that. That's gonna probably help their favor a little bit. Those lap cars start to get in front of Wilson and Rapp. We go 40 to go. Those guys just try to stay out in front of him so that if caution does come back out, they could get their laps back. We got 39 to go. Getting toward late stages of this thing. We'll see if it's gonna turn out like the last long green stretch when it's started single file and this like had a couple of packs. And then towards the end of it, everyone started coming back. I don't know because I think a lot of it was the fuel saving, and some aren't fail saving, and they just kind of came back to each other. Now we're going to have this little pack of 4 or 5. It's going to battle out between itself. We're going back on board with Maki. We're going on his tail. We'll see how much it takes to lay into the back guy. Tandem drafting. I'm on board with Mitchell as he's laying in the back of Maki. dip it out a little bit. Interesting that this front pack's kind of starting to get some space between them all. Be interested to see what that does with those other couple of guys that's see if we can get a better view of how far out they are. They're probably about 3/4 of straightaway. Y'all know that Barker's been really good in that truck all night. We can get caution here. I know he'll probably be one threats to, for the win. That's how quick he's been all night. Go on board with Grajewski. Oh, here comes Smith once again. Well, apparently those guys that was back there decided it was time to go. That's gonna bring those guys behind us ever so slightly close to her if these guys keep battling. So we might have hit go time. Well. So they're trying to get back up there. Laps are clicking down though. As we're coming up close to 30 laps to go. I think when we get caution, we're probably going to see a mixed bag of strategy. Because they've been gone so long that it'd probably be fairly beneficial to put tires back on these trucks. I assume it's at that point it'd be all game on. No more give, all take. I feel like we haven't gotten that point quite yet. Now, we'll see if it stays green. Yeah, so they were 3/4 of a straightaway. Now they're down to about a half. We're all aboard with Barker. So you can see he's trying to get a little bit of a side draft going. Bring those guys back up to him. As we're 30 to go. Barker gets a good side draft right there. It's gonna bring him to the up to where right next to Grajewski. The Barry was thinking about popping up there as well. So Lidl's trying to just wild, kind of keep interested up on top. Lidl gets up to where Barker. Ooh, he's thinking about going, taking it 3 wide for a second. Those guys behind him are slowly catching. Oh yeah, they're getting to the point now where they could be been a little opportune, gain a little draft off of them. Especially if we get another truck or two up on top, trying to battle out with these guys. You might be able to see, oh, they're about there. They're about there. And they're about to the point where they sniff the draft of Smith. Oh yeah, they definitely get a sniff at the drift of the draft now. They are back. They are back in the ball game. All right. We might have to call him the closer. Here he comes. Here he comes. So Mitchell and Maki get up on top and trying to take it 3 wide for the lead. Coming 25 to go this time by. This is starting to get a little bit interesting. So the second group is quite a bit back. Yeah, 22nd. Back to quite a bit. Looks like Barker still trying to work that top. Looks like Maki's kind of laying back. It's going to bring the door open for Smith once again, trying to inch his way back up one by one to the front. Not this time. So looks like Gentry's just kind of laying up on top as well. We're gonna see what's gonna happen in these last 20 laps or so. And Wilson is putting a bumper on Grajewski. So Maki's just kind of laying back a little bit. Maki and Rappar. Greg more on for Johnny. In the 52. See what his point of view is next to Wilson. Looks like Mitchell's on the outside. Try to get some momentum going. No one's there to help him. Start maybe try to side draft a little bit. See if he can start picking off up one by one. That'll be 20 to go this time by. So it looks like Chase Berry's thinking about picking it up on the outside. Always try to create a little momentum, try the outside there. We're on board with the 70 of Aaron Smith. Looks like Johnny's thinking about taking it to the outside. Oh, here comes. Everyone's starting to get a bit antsy. About looks like everyone in chat's starting to feel the intensity, thinking about starting to ramp up a little bit. Everyone's a bit up here up front, kind of afraid to make the first move. We'll go back up to that second pack. They're just still trying to plug away at it. Oh, looks like we got. Here we go for another set of pit stops. Looks like, yeah, the first couple, and then you got Maki. So it looks like this is probably that first group that came into the last go around. So we'll go up on Wilson. So this could be potentially become only maybe a handful of cars race right here. We'll see what happens. That group's gonna blend out that second pack. So we're gonna see what this does. See when they decide to come down. Looks like they're all staying out for another one. There we go, 15 to go. Our leader is starting to gain up on that second pack. Coming to about lap them. Let's see if. All right, here they come. Oh, we got a caution. We got a caution. Let's see. Go back and see what will happen. See if it was this one. Oh, there it is. Oh, Barker gets turned. Well, that pretty much puts that first set of guys that did their pit stops first. That's gonna pretty much that group that was about. It's gonna bring it up to the front. But the rest of these, depending on if they saved enough fuel already, see if they're gonna take the gamble. No, looks like they're coming. So here comes that group. So that group of the 23 is Zachary Mitchell, 13 of Jake Mockey, the 18 of Sean O'Hara, all that, those guys. Oh, looks like Mockey's also gonna come in. All right, well that changed it again. That pretty much puts everyone practically on same playing field. Looks like Mitchell's staying out. All right, folks. It's pretty much what we anticipated. We're gonna get them racked up in the last few laps. It's gonna be an all-out brawl. See if these drivers can put on a show. We're gonna be about ready to see some side drafts and maybe some dive bombs. Quite probably a whole lot of tank slapping too, so. It's gonna be crazy. Because we know there's a few of these guys that's really aggressive. 58's gonna be aggressive. But 52's probably gonna be pretty aggressive. It's gonna be interesting to see if we can keep it clean for the rest of this, or if someone's gonna take just a little too much and it's caused a big one. We may even see a completely repeat of how Maki won Daytona earlier, which was pretty much exactly what I just described, and he snuck away for the win. We're gonna be really interested to see how much these drivers are gonna be leaning into each other on this restart. All right, here we go. We got them all racked up. Here we go. So we got the 23 of Zachary Mitchell on the bottom and the 58 of Wilson on top, and Mitchell gets the jump. It's got so much of a jump that might bring that top line. Yep, there it goes. Everyone's just picking their line at this point. Whoa, the 52 of Rapp is get in there. It looks like a Rapp's laying Subzac right there. Looks like Maki's trying to lay it into Barker, get some momentum going up on the outside. Oof. Oh, and he just ditched Barker and got the back of Mitchell. Here we go. 9 to go. And we're on board with Maki. Oh yeah, he is definitely into him. That with Barry is right on Wilson's tail. As they're getting closer to do some side drafting. Maki got Mitchell up there. They're starting to push away a little bit. See if they can push away enough to where they can jump down in front of Wilson. Not quite. Oh, easy does it. Oh boy. Oh boy, keep her together. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was brewing a little bit. I think we all could see that was going on there. That was all brewing. Let's get back. Go back a little bit. All right, we'll go port. We'll keep an eye on the 11 of Brian Brobst. So Maki checked up, and then Brobst checked up, and then something happened. I don't know. Barker got loose or what. We're gonna go on board and see what happens. Keep an eye on Maki during that. Because he checked up pretty gnarly. I just figured to try to keep off of Mitchell. Oh, the Barker got also in Juski, which turned him. Oh, that's a rough go. There we go, rack him up and try it again. Oh man. Got 6 to go. Yeah, that was pretty much all take, no give at that point. All right, so run out quick top 10. Well, next caution, got the 58 of Justin Wilson. First, followed by the 46 of Chase Berry. And third is the 81 of Scotty Sobzak. And fourth, the 23 is Zachary Mitchell. And fifth is the 13 of Jake Maki. Sixth is the 52 of Johnny Rapp. Seventh is the 70 Aaron Smith. 8 is the 60 of Steve S. 9 is the 18 of Sean O'Hara. And 10th is the 33 of Benjamin Mazer. Alright, looks like we're going to have one more lap. It's kind of interesting that everybody, this last restart kind of was laid back a little bit to let a couple of them kind of start going, and then they came out, and then it was pretty much Hail Marys until what happened. So yeah, I thank everyone that's watching in the chat. It's been an outstanding race, and I'm glad I could bring this for you guys. Alright, as we're getting them racked up. See if we can get the jump off here and see if we can keep it pretty organized for this one, so you don't get that massive jump for that one lane, which in turn brought that other lane pretty much around them. Alright. Try to keep it clean and get this one finished. Now it's been a grueling 500 miles, but it's been an outstanding race. Let's just get it there. gotta get out to the restart zone. And then Justin Wilson gets a little bit of a jump. Before they go, everyone's just choosing lanes once again. Oh! Chase just barely squoze into that hole. Oh, here we go. Everyone's choosing their dance partners now. As we're going 4 wide. 4 wide. And we're getting some side draft going. Oh boy. It's Savak and Chris Smith up on top. He's trying to take it to Wilson and Barry on down low. Oh, that line kind of formed up top. Kind of left the bottom lane. We'll see if Savzak starts dropping low. Looks like Maki's trying to get a side draft on Rap. We can 2 to go. He's coming about down the backstretch. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. We're gonna do some darting. Looks like O'Hara tries to jump to the top. Oh, looks like the top kind of fell apart. We're gonna try one more guy. This is coming to the white flag. Oh, here we go. 3 wide again. 4 wides. 4 wide comes start finish. Here we go. Oh, 4 wide. Keep it together, guys. Oh, Johnny. Oh, we got a wreck. Let's keep flying towards the front. We got Chris Smith up front, followed by Chase Berry. It looks like Jake Maki right behind 3, and then on top it looks like you got Sobzak. You got that, it's Aaron Smith. We see it, here comes the side draft. Two by 2, and Maki's trying to figure out which lane he wants to go. If you're gonna make a move, here it comes. It looks like Scotty Sobzak wins the Gone SQUATCHIN 500 at Talladega. Here for the Spark Racing League. That was a whale of a finish. See those guys come down. All right, so it looks like the rundown for your top 10 is taking home the win is the 81 of Scotty Sobzak, followed by the 70 of Aaron Smith. And second and third is the 20 of Chris Smith. And fourth, the 13 of Jake Maki. And fifth, 46 of Chase Berry. Sixth, the 60 of Steve S. And seventh, 23 of Zachary Mitchell. And eighth, the 33 of Benjamin Mazer. And ninth, the 18 of Sean O'Hara. And finish out the top 10 is the 58 of Justin Wilson. As we sit there and watch everyone start doing burnouts. We're gonna go back and take out that last lap or so, as everyone's starting to go. We're just gonna back it up all the way, take a gander at this last lap. Alright, we're coming out of turn 4 here. So we have 4 wides. Squeeze it. Oh! Mitchell kind of squeezed Johnny a little bit, and then clipped him, and then left these guys out to defend for themselves. You say Chris Smith got a little squirrely. And then you got Sobzak that's just trying to tie down with the side draft. Looks like one of the last. Looks like ditch effort side draft. And then brought home that close. These top 3s still going. All right. So that brings us to the top 3 of our interview portion of the race. To start out the interviews, we got the 28 of Chris Smith. We'll bring him into the booth. Chris, this is Cam in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Man, that was crazy last lap you had going on there. Going from the lead and then battling out to almost a 3-wide finish at the flag. How did you look fare for it?
Well, yeah, I was working with Aaron and Scotty the whole race, and I felt like we had really good plans, and we kind of messed up a little bit on the one pit stop Scotty and I sped, so that put us a little bit behind. We were looking pretty good on that run, but yeah, coming down to it there at the end, I was, I was just trying to maintain the momentum and everything, but I knew that Aaron and Scotty were hooked up there on the outside, and that momentum off the top right there off of turn 2 and then off of turn 4 was just a little bit too much. Chase was doing a really good job of pushing me, just didn't quite have enough, but great 1-2-3 finish for us, definitely.
Yes. So what would you take almost with the 4 wide coming to the white flag? So I don't know if you got any nervous or you just pretty much prayed that you were all going to make it through coming to the checkered.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 4 wide. I wasn't 100% on that, and I saw Chase coming with a huge run, and I was trying to position myself where, where he would actually run into me, where he would push me, and luckily he did. That kept me up there, and I guess they crashed right after the line right there, and it kind of separated out for just like the 4 or 5 of us to race to the checkered flag there. But yeah, it was we had some crazy moments for sure. I thought that everybody did an awesome job all night though. It was a lot of fun. This is really my first full length speedway race, so it was nice to get out here and do that, and yeah, thank all the guys at Spark for putting it on for sure.
All right, before I let you go, you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Yeah, like I said, a shout out to all the guys here at Spark who organized it. Shout out to you for broadcasting, doing a great job with the broadcast, and Shout out to my parents watching at home if they're still up and watching. Yeah, shout out to my 2 teammates for tonight, Aaron and Scotty. It was a great finish here.
All right. Have a good rest of your night, and thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
Yeah, appreciate it. You have a good one.
You too. See ya. All right. That was the 28 Chris Smith. That's finished out our race in third. All right, we're going to bring in our second place is the 70 of Aaron Smith. Aaron, this is Cam in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I've got you.
Hey, that was kind of a crazy, eventful couple of laps. What was your take on that?
Well, I was working with my guys, Chris and Scotty, there at the front. I saw them getting around everybody on the middle lane, and I wanted to join them, but every time I try, I'd have someone like pull up on my outside, and I'd be stuck on the inside. So I figured I'd back off a little bit and give myself an opening. I got up there, and they were able to get down to the bottom, and I had another. They went 4 wide in the tri-oval coming to the white, and I wasn't sure what to do there, but hit the one truck I recognized of them, and did that. The hit stuck. We didn't die. We brought it home 1, 2, 3.
How did the tires and everything fare up between all those runs? I know it looked like in cameras and stuff that everyone was getting kind of loose going into the corners.
Yeah, the tire wear itself wasn't all that bad, but the track was so hot that the temperatures were hitting the high 250s, 260s before the pit stops, and I almost wadded the truck up and got myself a speeding penalty in the first set of green flag pit stops. I wish we had more of those, to be honest with you, because it was a blast chucking it down in there. I was about to do it again on the payday, guys, and then the caution came out to bring us to the end of the race. So it was a great race all around. I'm glad everything worked out for us.
All right, before I let you go, have anyone you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the folks at Spark Racing League for putting this show on, you for broadcasting, all the folks for watching. Looking forward to getting back at it whenever I show up next.
All right, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was the 70 of Aaron Smith. That's finished second. All right, now it's the portion of a broadcast. We bring in the winner of tonight's race, and that's the 81 of Scotty Sobzak. Scotty, it's Kevin in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, that was a pretty eventful race. That ended really well. It's like, it's like, I know it's like you kind of start up front and then towards the back, and you're one of the rubber band man. So, how did you get through all of the carnage between all of that?
You know, I don't know, but I'll go back and look and see. I might have finished a lap on it with like every position in the field at some point. So that's what it felt like. I mean, I had a speeding penalty early on, and so trying just to run away and stay on the lead lap was like the first third of the race, and then yeah, once we got back on, it was fun because running with Chris and Aaron, we all worked pretty well together to get the timing when we needed it, and it worked at the very end there, even though it wasn't looking good with about 2 or 3 to go. It was like 4 wide coming to the start finish with 2 to go or something, and you just not lifting at that point.
Yeah, and that's why I was talking to the other two. I don't know if you guys realize it was 4 wide at some point. I think all y'all were just trying to pray to not get collected and stuff, and unfortunately a couple of them did at turn 1 coming into checkered, but
yeah, no, I mean 4 wide, why not? Like, I'm surprised it wasn't 5 or 6, and I think if we would have had a few more trucks out there, it would have been. But no, that was super fun at the end, and it was for the most part for 188 laps or whatever, pretty clean, and a couple things here and there that I had to avoid, but at the end, like I don't know, you just got to put yourself in a position to have a chance, and rolled the dice at the right time. So, but it was good. I thanks to Aaron and Chris for helping too, because I know I got a shove for one of if not both of them, at least one of them, and I know I did the same early in the race, so it was fun to go 1, 2, 3 there.
Yep. All right, before we let you go for tonight, have anybody you wanted to shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to my wife Alex upstairs and baby Junebug upstairs too, and you guys for putting it on. Spark, for teammates Aaron and our honorary teammate tonight, Chris, too, for helping, because without them, probably wouldn't have happened the same exact way. I don't know, maybe I still would have won, but maybe not in the same exact fashion, so appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on your win tonight, and I'll talk to you later.
10-4, thanks.
All right. That was our winner of the night, the 81 of Scotty Sobzak. I was just going through, looking to see who won our actual gambler tonight. So let's just go through the results, see who. Let's see here. It looks like our winner won the gambler, so they took home that pot 2 as well. So it was a really good night for Scotty. All right. Again, I just want to thank all the fans and everyone in the chat that stuck through this amazing race. It was a blast to commentate. I love to keep doing this. So, and also before I sign off, I just want to once again thank all the sponsors one last time to help put this on. So that the Bropes Enterprises, Evan Pieta Designs, Team Goon Squad, Number One Hero Cards, Overcut Sim Planner, Pocket Crew Chief, RB Designs, and Rescreened LLC. And again, I like to thank everyone here at Spark Race League. It's been a blast. And then also, thank you for Nathan Gentry. Go ahead and put this on. It's been a blast. Can't wait to race with y'all again. And yeah, that about does it. All right. This has been Cam Gillens for the Overdrive Automotive Media. And we'll see you down at the track once again.